Everyone. Welcome to STEMGo. So this is about saving time, energy, and money. If you've not been on this show before, this is about efficiency, effectivity, and productivity in business, in small business. And this show is about featuring business owners who do those exact kind of things in their business, which means that they're able to do and get up to a lot more stuff than most of us do. Writing books, going and doing talks, writing courses, all sorts of great stuff they get up to. So my guest today is Katrena Friel. She's, I'm going to let her introduce herself. I'm going to bring her in and let her introduce herself because business owners do that so much better than I do. So come on in, Katrena. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning, Karen. Thanks for having me. It's great to be up and about, being efficient and effective so early in the morning.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And we do tend to start early in our businesses, some more than others, as I've just been talking to you about. I'm not really an early bird. I do get up a little bit later than most business owners, but you know what? So tell us a bit about you and what you do, where you are.
Well, I've been in business for over 20 years now, and I've had a number of businesses. I consider myself a serial entrepreneur, and I help women create their businesses from scratch. And I have what you call a business called becomingtheexpert.com.au, and that's where I get women to position themselves, package themselves and price themselves correctly, and I create the brand for them, and we create their book and their talk and all of that sort of stuff. Awesome. All in one place. So that's what I'm doing, and I focus on mainly at the moment. But I also have a business called Refresh Your Thinking, which is my corporate training arm. So I'm down in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, working with corporates, mainly around the leadership management piece. That's my specialty. So that's the bit I like the most. So I have quite a few brands, quite a few different niches, and I've got to be really efficient and effective. And I train in time management. So hopefully I can get some tips across today to help everybody be more efficient and effective. But I'll just tell it from my point of view, what helps me, and then see what you want to take from that.
Yeah, I was going to say, to do all that, Katrena, to do all that and to be involved in all that stuff and helping other people do that stuff, you've kind of got to have a lot of good things going on for yourself. So tell us a few things that you do that helps you to be efficient and effective in your business.
Well, I think of time as it's a bit of a misnomer because we all have the same sort of 24/7 as everybody else. So have a little look around at people like, I like to use Oprah as an example and what she's achieved in her 50-odd years. And it's funny how other people struggle to even start a business or write a book or whatever. So you can see that there's this really strange thing going on, that some people are able to squeeze a lot out of their 24 hours and other people can squeeze barely anything out of their 24 hours. So on that premise, that's sort of what I went on a bit of a quest to discover as to why some people were able to squeeze a heap of juice out of life and other people were not able to get much juice out at all. So a couple of things I realised, I like to think of it in three ways. Firstly, your environment is representative of your soul. So my home represents my soul, and if my home is in disarray, then my soul tends to be not very efficient and not very effective. So I need my environment around me to be beautiful, and while I have my taste is very rustic, it still has to be in order. So when you come into my home, it's filled with beautiful, magical items, absolutely in every nook and cranny. But I don't see it. It's definitely not clutter. Everything's placed with joy and love and beauty, and it's all very layered. So I'm not talking about a minimalistic life. That's a different philosophy altogether. What I'm talking about is just what environment makes you the most efficient and effective. So for me, I've created a sanctuary here, and that nurtures my soul and makes me want to do stuff. The second layer to that is your office. So my office is a little bit out of control just at the moment, but because spring is coming, there's going to be a massive spring clean. So my office will be brought back to 100% beauty shortly. But at the moment it's not 100%, which means my activity in here is not going to be 100%. So your office is a representative of your life. So while your house is your soul, your office is a representation of your life, and more specifically your business life, naturally. And so have a little look around at your office and see, is that set up for you to be the most efficient and effective? And one of the ways to work that out is, do you want to go in there? When we work with entrepreneurs, the first thing I get them to do before they start a project with me is I check if their home is good, and I say to them, look, if your home's not quite up to speed, go and do a bit of a declutter before I get there and make sure it's neat, tidy and gorgeous, ready for work. And then I say to them, let's have a little look at your office and make sure that's all set up, ready to go, because we're going to start something new here. You know, you're going to write your book here. You're going to create your new life here. So your office really needs to represent your life in the best way it can. So whether that means decluttering or being minimalistic, that's fine. But for me, it's about beauty. So I like a lot of green around me. I love fresh plants. You want good lighting. I'm looking out onto my pool at the moment. In my office, I look out onto my pool, out onto my garden, out onto my barley hut, out onto my pond, out onto my waterfall. So that's my view. And then inside my office, I like a lot of green plants. So really green plants fixes everything in my view. And then the final third layer is the thing that really helps me day to day is that your inbox is a reflection of your mind. So what I find with a lot of people, particularly creative people or highly visual people, is they end up with 45,000 emails in their inbox. And if I was to live like that, I wouldn't be able to do anything. So my inbox needs to be really tidy, and I help people deal with their inboxes to start with, because once we've done a spring clean of the inbox and filed everything away and archived everything and put it all into files, we can get started, because the inbox is a reflection of your mind. Yes. So now you've got it. My little secrets to success is inbox reflection of your mind, office is a reflection of your life, and your home is a reflection of your soul. So if you sort those three layers out, you can, you tend to have I think, a really productive life, and you want to do stuff. You want to do more.
Absolutely. That's stunning. And I completely agree with all those three things.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do. And I find that when my desk is a mess, I just can't think. I can't think straight. Yeah, and like you say, I mean, my place is pretty minimalist. It's not got clutter, and that's quite deliberate. Although I'd like a few more pictures, but I can't find the right ones, so I'm pretty kind of picky in that respect. So I'd rather have no pictures than kind of like pictures that just kind of I look at and think, why the heck did I buy that? That's just ridiculous. So yeah, I'm a pretty minimalist, and I think that's true. I think that's when you clear the clutter, you clear your mind. You have a clear mind, a blank slate to start with, to start your day or to start a new project or whatever it might be. I really do agree with those.
Yeah, to me, the environment is a metaphor, and your inbox. One of the best things you can do is just get rid of all that stuff in your inbox, and not use it as a filing system. Have your inbox.
Absolutely.
What you still need to action, perhaps. That's kind of what I leave there. And I don't like, if I see 20 emails sitting there, that gives me a little bit of anxiety.
Yes.
It propels me to get that stuff done and dusted and off my plate. That's the way I see the inbox, is my plate. And
yes.
That's all clean and clear. I tend to be able to get on with it and, do things that are really worthwhile rather than just answering emails.
Yes, and the thing I find, I don't know about this is the same for you, Katrena, but I tend to leave my emails too until I've done like some high priority deals, because I find that if I start in the inbox first thing in the morning, I'm distracted for hours because there's so many of them, and I clear them And then by the end of the day, the inbox is full again. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going back there again today. That goes on to tomorrow.
Yeah, look, a couple of things with the inbox. You really shouldn't at this point be getting hundreds and hundreds of emails. You should have dealt with them in the sense that they automatically go into deletion. And I don't know if you know about setting up rules, but the minute I see some random weird new email, I set a rule for that email to go straight to trash or put into that file, so that I'm not being distracted by 200 spam emails. I only really get to see the 5 or 10 or 20 or 50, whatever's going on at the time. I only get to see the really crucial ones. There's nothing worse. A lot of my clients miss emails, important emails, and you can't afford to do that if it's surrounded by a whole bunch of junk. So just check to see if people are not sure how to do that. It will change your life if you know how to set up rules.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And some people
unfortunately, mine aren't junk. I have a lot of students, I have a lot of people, and I have to deal with them. But, you know, it's about having, like you say, a space that you deal with them. And then, you know, the ones that you've dealt with, put them in a folder. So if you want to keep them, don't keep them in the inbox. That's what I do.
You know how they say touch a piece of paper once, deal with it, get rid of it? Same with an email. If I see an email going round and round, I keep reading it and I keep looking at it, by the end of the year, you've wasted hundreds of hours retouching stuff. And, you know, back to your initial question, Karen, about the inbox, when, you know, some things come in and they are an A item, you know, you might have to grade them into, well, you've got to decide, like design a system for you. One of the systems I tend to teach is the important and urgent. They're item number 1 tasks. They're the things that you would do at the beginning of the day. And then item number 2 are not urgent, but they're important. So you might be able to leave them for the afternoon or leave them for a day and set aside time to deal with them. The other 2 lot of items are not urgent and not important. And I wonder what we're doing with those and why they are. I tend to delete those immediately and never see them again.
Yeah.
Or urgent but not important. So, you know, again, really question those sort of items and say why they're not important. So, you know,
why are we getting them?
I can't think, of what could sit in that. So I really only deal with 2 types of emails, and that's urgent and important, and not urgent but important. And those are the 2 things I'll do that day generally, or that week.
Yeah, and I know for sure, I'm with you on that too, Katrena. I do save a lot of time, energy, and possibly money in terms of my labour, not dealing with the stuff that I don't need to deal with in my inbox. Just click the delete button, click the spam button, you know, just get rid of them. Yeah. All right, that's been super, super helpful, Katrena. And I'm going to put some links to your work on the show notes afterwards. So do you want to give a shout out to where people can get hold of you if they want some of your help in being a good time manager, or even just, you know, writing a book, or, you know, some business consultancy stuff? How can they get hold of you?
Well, I love to offer everybody that's listening a free session. So they can just simply email me or sign up on the website, and I'll be in touch to set up that appointment where we can go through, you know, since we're talking about efficiency and effectiveness today, where we can go through what's holding them back, and we'll look at things like the environment, the office and your inbox, and we'll start with those things, and we'll set some tasks around improving those things, and watch what happens. You end up getting clarity, you end up reducing stress, and you have so much more time for the really enriching things in life, not just the ho-hum, boring crap that goes around and around emails. And if you've got important things to do, you tend not to waste a lot of time doing things like inbox cleaning and social media scanning, you really are able to get on with your life purpose, your soul purpose.
Get out in the pool. Get out in the pool, Katrena. That's what we do.
Is that one of your sayings? Get out in the pool. I like that. Oh, me, get out in my pool.
You get out in the pool.
Yeah.
Get out in the pool. Go walking at the beach. These are the things that, it's about getting that work-life balance. And I agree. If you love your job, then spend more time in it and work on it. But there's also important things like family and leisure and looking after your health and as well as your wealth. I completely, I'm down that street for sure.
I'm down that street where if you're a high energy person at night, then sleep in and relax in the morning, set up a beautiful morning ritual. I walk my dog. I've just seen the first duckies of the little ducklings in the sea down at my
stunning.
waterways. And it was just beautiful just to be present with nature, get grounded, get focused, come back to do an interview like this and start your day for success and excitement and beauty rather than just more drudgery. Yeah, I just get rid of anything that isn't productive and I only do what's important, and that is really I have two jobs to do. One is get new sales and deliver on my current sales. So they're my current clients. So there's a lot of delivery work in what I do because we're writing books at the moment. There's all my clients are at different stages of the program and it's all busy. But I can manage that because I've got the headspace to be able to manage, 10 clients all at once, all writing their books and traveling around the country doing bits and pieces. So if people are interested in that sort of thing and really getting their life sorted and creating a fresh new approach, new financial year, then have a little free session, jump online. You can go to my website, becomingtheexpert.com.au, fill in the form and I'll be in touch, or find me on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever your preference is. I don't think we're very hard to find these days. So how about be novel and give me a call? That would be
that would be novel these days.
Thank you so much, Cameron, for having me. I'll go and have a swim.
Thanks. Yeah, go and have a swim. Go and see the ducks again before they miss them. They're going to grow so fast, so quick. Yes, it's been awesome speaking to you and meeting you, Katrena. It's been awesome on the show. Thanks for joining us and for those super tips. And I'll put those on the show notes afterwards. Great. And share them around for people to be more, more productive and effective and efficient in their businesses. So great learnings today. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Have a great and productive day yourself.
Thanks, I will.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
So what great stunning tips from Katrena today. And like I said, we'll put on the show notes afterwards. I'll put Katrena's links and methods you can contact her. I think, the 3 stunning tips that she gave today, and we talked about a whole bunch of other stuff too, but the 3 great tips about, kind of having the right home life, having the right office space and, being in a great space to be able to manage your emails and inbox and all that stuff. I think you'll find that if you kind of implement some of those things, I think you'll find yourself saving time, energy, and possibly money in your business. So until next time, if you want to come along to STEMGo, Save Time, Energy, Money in Your Business, come along to the Facebook page and you'll see loads more interviews with lots of great talented business owners. So until then, until next time, see you again. Bye.